Hello, friends and colleagues. What are you passionate about? Passionate.
The Passion Show on CFRU 93.3 FM Guelph, Ontario. With Wizard.
I'm a water wizard, Harry.
With
Hello world, you're listening to The Passion Show with Wizard on CFRU 93.3 FM. It's a do-it-together radio show all about passions and the people who have them. My name is Wizard.
And my name is Madeline.
Madeline, the universe herself has finally delivered you to me. I'm so happy that you're here on the show.
Yeah, I'm very happy to finally be here too, and I like that you're putting it that way. The universe is finally delivered, because that's language that I like to use as well.
Oh, there you go. Little connect there.
Very much so.
Isn't it funny how we're just into it?
Yes.
It's funny how the show just starts like that, eh?
Yeah.
1 second we're talking off mic, and then boom.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Totally unscripted.
Totally unscripted. You know, script. It's funny. The script just ends. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I just say my name is Wizard, and then I point, and then then anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you're here, Maddy. I always ask a wonder. You know, I say the show isn't structured. You know, we don't have. It's not like I have a list of questions. So there is one question that I do tend to ask to start the show to get things flowing, and that question is, how do you and I know each other?
That's a beautiful question. How do me and Wizard know each other?
Yeah, what's the story there?
I believe that you and I first met because of our employment at the Guelph Outdoor School.
At least in this life.
This life, yes. Maybe other ones it was different.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that you were like a cottonwood fluff on the breeze, and I was like a saw-whet owl.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And that's how we met. You know, you got in my eye or something.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have been in your eye.
But in this world, it's outdoor school.
Yep.
And that's where we've worked together.
We've worked together there, and it's been really great. And it's nice to be in a different space together.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's nice, you know. I feel like I do see some of you, like we hang out with our mutual friends and like children we know, including yours, and
yeah,
we've gotten into some adventures.
Yes, this is true.
Some non-GOS adventures, you know, a little paddle here and there.
Yep, canoeing.
Yeah, we're a little canoers, a little bit of canoers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not a ton, honestly. Like, it's nice to see people in a new context, eh?
It is. It's refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see a different side of
I haven't even seen you at GOS like this whole summer.
Because I don't think, we didn't work together for only maybe a week or so.
Yeah, right? Just a little scotch, just a little dribble.
And then I'll be back. You'll be at EE next week.
And that's right. We're working together in like 4 days. That's exciting.
Yep, all week long.
That's going to be great.
Mostly Eden.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I always love the last week of summer.
Yeah.
It's a real like bittersweet.
Yeah, very, very bittersweet, celebratory.
It's more sweet than bitter for me, honestly.
Yes. With our, there's the end of year, like summer solstice, or not summer solstice, but just end of summer party that the staff end up having too. So that's a good way to top off.
Yeah, you're ready to turn it up and shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go crazy style.
Yeah, we got to let things die.
We're going to blow it up like it's dynamite.
Yes.
Like Tayo Cruz once said.
Yeah,
Is that who made that song? I think so. I'm not sure.
Know. Something with dynamite.
Show it's to 2009. It's a good year. But yeah, summer outdoor school, that's you and me. We've worked together. Many years ago, we had a program where we were actually together like every time. Remember?
What program was that?
You and me used to do Thursday Foxes and Wolves at Hermosa Eden.
Oh, yes.
Remember that? In 2021 probably, or 2022 with Kaylee, yeah.
Yep, now I remember.
And then you and me also had a spring of goslings.
Okay, beautiful.
With Matt.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when I really became friends with both of you two.
Once we hung out with the goslings.
We made up some stories, you know. We told that story about the butterflies. Remember that?
Oh gosh, I don't know. There's a lot of butterfly stories between now and years ago.
Yeah,
but
that's a good
I'm
point.
sure it was good.
How about the one about the little sheep who wanted to be a cloud? Do you remember that one?
I feel like because you had a phase of being very cloud interested.
Yeah.
And you're part of a cloud club. You had a pin.
That's true. The Cloud Appreciation Society.
Yeah. Cloud.
Me and
ID.
Matt Hamill. I shouldn't say his full name. Me and Matt Hamill Hamill underscore, we're a future guest, I'm sure. We're both in the Cloud Appreciation Society. I still have some of the literature from that.
And you still appreciate clouds,
Of course I do.
Yeah.
They make that clear in their writing. They're like, just if you're not in this society, doesn't mean you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole, beauty of clouds is that they can be appreciated by anyone.
Yes.
Like even the blind can appreciate the cloud when it rains down its life-giving water.
Yes.
Ever consider that? Yeah, exactly.
Beyond
Curious.
being able to see it.
And I've had it pointed out to me that I also tend to be grateful for clouds pretty much at the end of every show.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's not on purpose. It's just how I feel most of the time.
They're huge, like literally and like metaphorically speaking. We need those clouds. Those
I love
massive
that.
Clouds.
They're huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. They are huge. They are big things.
Big things beyond their
And they are
size.
huge to me as well
Mm-hmm.
because I like them and I think they're cool.
They're very cool.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I bet you they're nice and cold and refreshing to be inside of.
Or when the sun goes behind them. They're cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Cooling.
They're cooling. That's true as well. At Hillside how there's like that like spritz machine
Oh, yes.
that like sprays water for the I sometimes I speak like this. I've also had it pointed out to me that on this show I tend to like make very, very confusing references to memories that me and my guests share, but that
Yes.
a typical listener would not. So they might hear that like, qu'est-ce que c'est?
That spritz tent at Hillside.
Yeah, the spritz tent. Yeah, exactly. When I say that, I mean it like makes mist of water,
it's
cold
a misting
water.
tent where folks can simply walk underneath it, and when it's hot, which typically it is at Hillside,
Yeah.
you want to walk through the spritz tent.
And I imagine that's what walking through a cloud would feel like, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, refreshing.
I'd love to fly. If I could have any superpower, it would definitely be flight.
Flight would be really fun.
What about you?
I was thinking about this the other day, how being a bird in like a next life, if you're reincarnated, that a bird would be a choice.
100%.
Yeah.
I've always said I'd want to be an owl.
Yeah, bird of prey. Any bird really would be sweet, but bird of prey would be very nice, being higher on the food
Defo.
chain.
Yeah, I actually have there's a future guest of this show named Tara, who gave a great answer to the superpower question today. She said if she could have any superpower, it would be the ability to touch any book and absorb all its knowledge.
Ooh,
Isn't that great?
that is a really good one. And
Yeah.
I'd like to maybe not challenge, but just kind of like plant a seed that like that is not entirely impossible.
No, exactly. That's.
Yeah, if you're asking me,
I
I'm
was
one of
like,
those people
maybe
that'll be
there
like,
is a way to touch a book with your eyes.
I tell kids that they can touch things and literally infer information off of them. It doesn't happen necessarily instantly, but it's something that we can play with.
That's true.
That's just a realm of like, if you're having more of a conversation with me, which you get this opportunity to do that, I'm of the, not just belief, because it's stuff that I play with all the time, is like, and this is within the realm of nature connection, by touching things, like our fingers are like probes. And we kind of have desensitized in many, many ways beyond just our fingertips. But, and this is going to go more in hand with what we're going to be talking about throughout the show, this idea of rewilding. But like, we can be touching something and get a lot of information off of it.
Oh, yeah.
Not through like in a mental cognitive way. It's different. Like you touch a feather, you understand a lot more about that object than you would by looking at it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting little thing I read is that, and I love when there's a synthesis between this like natural knowledge, just obvious and evident, beautiful truth, and a little bit of like the scientific perspective. Because this thing I read is that like human fingers are so dense with information getting, nerves or whatever.
Yes.
That you can feel like if you run your finger along like a perfectly smooth piece of metal that has a fracture in it that's like a certain tiny amount of microns,
Yes.
where it's like 10 microns wide, you'll feel it. It's like just like impossible. You wouldn't even see it.
You could not be able to visually spot that without...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like what that indicates to me is just like, we see with our whole body that's like evident.
Yeah.
We couldn't even imagine necessarily, like if we're able to feel fissures like that, then what are we able to feel in a tree when we hug it? That we don't necessarily clock or like see or put together, something that isn't obvious, like a straight crack.
Right. Yeah, we could feel like a difference in it than we would if we were just to look at it. Yeah. Totally. Our bodies are so wildly amazing. And
We're tree huggers.
yeah, we're tree huggers, and there's so much more to ourselves that we don't even fully understand or even know about yet.
And books are kind of just like reshaped trees.
I would agree with that. And with some ink added, yes.
Exactly. A little bit of reshaped wherever ink comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's probably a lot of different kinds of ink.
There's lots of types of ink, I'm sure.
Yeah. Squids.
Oh, yeah, that one. Oh.
It all comes from squids.
Cuttlefish,
Yeah, etc.
Amazing.
You've mentioned nature connection and rewilding. What's up with that? What do you mean? Is that something you're I would dare even suggest, perhaps say the word passionate about?
Yes, you dare say it and bring it up, because that is definitely something that runs through the fabric of my existence, even before I was more conscious of it, or when I was like working with outdoor school, which is where that term, really I learned about that term, nature connection, would have come into my world from. But yeah, that's a big piece to like how I live my life, and something that I believe is important for me personally to maintain, but also something that I feel passionate about bringing more conversation, bringing more awareness to for anybody, and just for what I feel like is important for me to do in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm. It is. I agree.
Right?
I think you're the 6th or 7th guest on the show in a row to just be an outdoor school employee.
Right, of course.
But it's good, not a lot of those episodes aren't just like about drilling into why we do what we do. Mm-hmm. Not that I'd expect your episode is just going to be about that here,
right? But
it's definitely such a big aspect,
Mm-hmm.
Nature connection.
Yeah, it's foundational. But then, lots and lots stems off of that for sure. It's like that's like one tree, and then there's all the off-branching branches, and then there's the roots. And
so, like, this question, tell me if this makes any sense.
Yep.
If nature connection is one of the trees in your passion, then like, what's the name of your passion forest?
My passion forest.
Where one of the trees with its roots is nature connection.
Hum. Like, what's the name?
Tell me more about these trees. What other trees grow in there?
Okay. So let's say the tree is nature connection, but then we want to go into like one specific like vein of the tree that may be off branches.
And we can get into
so
the macro and into the micro.
Yeah,
here.
It's going to do both.
Yeah, tell me about it all. I'm here to listen to you, Maddy.
Beautiful.
You are very interesting.
Thanks, Wiz.
Human being.
Too. So it's stemming from nature connection. I'd say about 10-ish years ago, I started kind of digging more into nature connection more consciously. And then also not just with the external world, like, plants, trees, birds, and all of that. Yes, that. And at the same time, nature connection more so within the body. And this whole thing that, again, goes in hand with this phrase I used earlier called rewilding. That's in light of ourselves being nature as a human, as a body. Because, there's this big thing that's been going on for, I don't really know how long exactly, but the term nature connection or nature, what is it? NDD, nature deficient, what is it?
I don't know.
NDD,
nature deficiency.
Deficit disorder.
Nature
deficit disorder.
Nature deficit disorder.
Again, this is a term.
I've never heard that. That's brilliant.
This is a term that came into my world years ago through outdoor school, GOS. Outdoor school.
I would expect that's a widely suffered disorder right there.
Yep. And so I didn't know that was a term, but that's actually a term. There's like books on it. It's even the type of thing that a number of years ago, my aunt, who she was a nurse practitioner, she's retired now. She got to a point where she was able to prescribe clients, her patients, to go outside for a walk for 20 minutes to help them with health issues. So the fact that doctors or nurse practitioners are being able to prescribe to patients to go outside for amount of time, like, in some way that's amazing. Another way, it's like, where have we come to?
Yeah, what is the meaning of this?
That people don't go outside anymore. And so that shatters me in a lot of ways, like more deeply in my body, that like that's an issue that humans have, because I really truly believe in my body. It's not just a cognitive belief, but that we are nature. We are by natural synthesis a part of nature.
Oh, yeah.
And we wouldn't be here if there wasn't air, if there weren't plants, if there wasn't sunshine. We're a natural product of all of these things already existing. And then we came after all those things already there, right? If you want to look evolutionarily wise.
I mean, like, we get every little inch of energy that enters our body is a direct, descendant of the sun, right? Like, it comes down and it enters the plants and the creatures, and it gets into our skin. And so, yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of people, I expect there's just this feeling that's like we come from buildings, right? Like, we're born in a building. We learn in a building. We get married in a building. We give birth in a building. We sleep in a building.
Are we going to die in buildings?
And many people actually die in buildings, believe it or not. Like, I have family members who've died in buildings. I don't want to die in a building.
But certainly, there's a lot that's in a building.
Yeah, right? And it's like, do we come from these places? Is that my mother, my father? Is a building? No, I don't think so.
No, and it would be sad.
And I'm not even a building hater.
No.
I could probably do a passion episode about architecture.
Oh yeah, they're
and
amazing.
feel beautifully, but like, it's it's one half of a coin, like everything is.
Well said. I agree fully.
Inside is only fun if you've got outside.
Yes.
So
we need a bit of both. We need shelter as a species. We need,
because shelter is part of the earth too, right?
Oh yeah,
and nature provides.
Yeah, we wouldn't have all the buildings if we didn't have the materials that came from this good green earth.
The beautiful trees.
Yeah. And everything else that they're made out of. So yeah, it just like, that's just like one kind of tier to it, and then like it's like an endless rabbit hole, just like any topic.
That's like the roots of the nature connection tree.
Yeah, you could say that's for
like
a simple way.
Yeah, the roots are like, okay, this acknowledgement that we come from this and we're part of this. We need to know about it.
Yeah.
And then maybe the branches are like, how do we become nature connected?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do we become nature connected?
Yeah, great question.
What do you think?
I don't have all of the answers. I only have some answers. What? I'll just fully disclose.
You're wasting my time. How can I'm just
kidding. Let me waste it a bit more.
The door is right there.
You'll be happy that you wasted it. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll hear you. I'll hear you out. Okay.
Well, I'm just one of those people who, like, I'll always say that, like, I know that I don't know everything. And I never will. I'll never claim to say that I have all the answers.
Humility
that I have all
is
of the wisdom.
It's a beautiful virtue.
I think this is something that my grandpa would kind of speak to, and he's passed on now. But he was born and raised in Guelph, and we were just up in Quebec. We got back last night, and that's a place where me and my family go to, and it feels like a place to connect with those who've passed on, like our ancestors. So he's kind of on my mind and my heart right now. But he'd say things like this quote, that the only thing that I know is that I know nothing. And that feels really refreshing to say for me.
Yeah.
And I tell that to the kids when I work with them at the outdoor school, and they'll be like, Maddy, you know lots. And I'm like, not really, but I kind of play with them with that. But really, it's like, no, I don't know anything. And yes, I know a few things, but say the least. I don't have all the answers, but if we want to get back to that thread on what is nature connection, I can speak to like what feels true for what I have so far in my time.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to also mention that one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar verses in the whole world, one of my favorite rap verses, is like a similar thing to what your grandpa used to say, where Kendrick, he sends this whole long verse rapping about the things that he knows, right? He's like, I know this, I know that, I know this and that, and I know everything. And then the last line is like, until I realized I didn't know shit the day I came home. And that's like you going home and it's like remembering that lesson. And he remembers that lesson too. Back 10 whole years ago, that song came out.
Oh, cool.
Kendrick Lamar, man.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant artist, I think. But anyways, that's
beautiful. That's great. No,
it's a great little line, eh?
Staying humble is huge.
Yeah, and Kendrick Lamar knows a lot about that too.
It's good. It's very good. It's a good way to lead life. Like, I know some things and I'm like, I'm learning. I'm a forever student. Even though I'm a teacher too, I'm a forever student.
Well, I mean, I really, really think that you got to be a forever student to be a teacher, right?
Yes, definitely.
Like if we came in like with ultimate confidence in
Oh.
our like I know everything,
It'd be boring.
then we'd be so closed off.
Yeah.
We would run out of juice immediately.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you were just I sort of swerved us
It's all good, it's all
into K-Dot world. Just for a brief little moment, let's swerve ourselves now back into
Yep.
to what you had on your heart.
Sure. Yeah. So in light of this whole like nature connection thing, or this phrase rewilding, yeah, like it's been such a major like baseline for me to have, for lack of a better term, nature connection. Even though I didn't know that word years ago, it's been in my life since I was young. My mom was a big influence, so was my dad, but just being outside and all these different ways, hiking, canoe camping, plants, insects, reptiles, animals, birds, you name it. And then getting older, it was always like something that I'd fall back to, especially when I was feeling overwhelmed, when I felt stressed out, like being overwhelmed from being in school all day long, coming home to do homework.
Side effects of the modern world.
Side effects of the modern world can be supported very, very well by being outdoors. Being outdoors.
Prescribed even.
Sorry?
Prescribed even.
Prescribed. You can go get a prescription if you really need to.
The nice thing is that you don't.
You don't, no. So like I started, unconsciously, air quote, self-prescribing, going out to watch the sun go down or rise when I was a teenager as a means of coping with the stressors of being in high school. And
you had a brilliant spot, didn't you?
Oh, I had multiple spots, but yeah, there's like trees I go climb, and
you told me some of these stories in the
and-
past of the hilltop on the outside of town.
Yeah, just all these, like, whatever spot felt right, but that got me through when I was younger, and still to this day, that's one of my major kind of mechanisms that I fall back on, like a coping mechanism when things get tough, or even before they get tough, just as like a way to maintain oneself throughout, I don't know, even a week. It's like, oh, like I haven't gone out for some nature time, or I haven't been out to just be alone and like feel the wind on my face. Like that, there's a lot in that. And like, I didn't necessarily come here to go into the science of just that, but there is so much in that by taking time to do that. And really what I feel like I get from that, to put it in a simple way, is coming back to connecting, yes, with nature, but then with self. And again, this theme of self as nature. We're an extension of nature. We drink water. We eat food. Our food comes from the earth. We wouldn't be eating or drinking. We wouldn't be here if the planet wasn't.
Exactly.
And it doesn't get any
We're
simpler
not
than
just
that.
Matrix, computer creatures or whatever.
No, I know I'm not.
You're definitely not.
I don't have electronics built in, I'm pretty sure.
I even, just a couple nights ago, I started getting really frustrated with my watch.
Oh.
Because it's got a little heart rate monitor and stuff, and I'm like,
Oh, neat.
I'm like, get it off me. When I get home, I'm like, I don't need this anymore. Like,
Right.
it's bugging me, and it's buzzing at me when I get a text and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to know about
It
that.
tells you what your text message is.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
wow.
like kind of handy at work, but also it's like I'm not trying to be a cyborg. I can just imagine waking up from a sleep and it's like my skin is growing around it like some kind of like David Cronenberg, horrific. I've merged with the wristwatch. Now I always will have to hear my own heart rate. Thump, thump. I was like, do this thing. I was thinking all that. I was
Cut it
stone
off.
cold sober, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I get it. I have thoughts about this type of stuff with cell phones. I feel like cell phones already make us cyborgs.
It's getting into.
Yeah.
It's working its way into my psyche and a lot of people's. I think it's a surreal world of cyborgism and but even so, like, even though we all use a phone and stuff or have wristwatches, we're still creatures.
Oh yeah.
Even if there's certain powers that be in high up places right now who want us to merge with machine, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, we can. I've heard this before, that we want to be using these tools, cell phones, wristwatches, technology, what have you, versus them using us.
Exactly.
And that's where the awareness comes in.
And yeah, exactly. If you want to master, or if you want to even comprehend that distinction, you have to think about it. You have to talk about it. That's step one.
Yeah.
And step one is, for me, always the biggest step.
Awareness. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the rest of everything else is just hinges on having a first step where you question these things roles in your life, right?
Yep. Bringing your mind to it and just being like, wait, how is this interacting in my world? Do I like it working
Does it
this
serve
way?
me? Do I serve it?
I even had my cell phone off when we were come back. I turned it off.
That's beautiful.
I was like, I don't need to text people every day. I'm in like a very like natural area. There's more trees than humans. It's a lot of farmland. You see the stars really well. I'm like, I didn't come here to text everybody and check my email. I came here to connect with my family. I've got family up there, and to spend time on the landscape, and that fills my cup. That's something that'll always fill my cup, as I was saying, going for walks, but being more immersed in a place like that does so much.
I had a blissful experience a few months ago. For the first time in my adult life, I had left my phone behind completely when I went on a 5-day canoe trip.
Good for
And
you.
it was just like
Awesome.
It was unbelievable. It was incredible. And I feel like that sort of powered me up a little into, and like it was a next step that I didn't know that I would have in my nature connection journey.
Okay, putting the phone
just
down.
knowing how to do that. And I think I have a decent relationship with phone. I'm a computer coder by trade, which means I like a little bit get the privilege of understanding ins and outs and like really seeing and knowing how it can hurt people, which I think allows me to use it with a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Awareness, of course, exactly.
That could be a good one.
Awareness is going to become a major theme of this episode, I think.
It's huge.
But it's like no matter how much awareness you have, you can always have more.
Oh, yeah.
It's an infinite well.
Yeah, it's like infinite well. I was going to say like a dial that never really stops.
Exactly.
But a well. I like the well metaphor as well.
Because a well is just, accessing more and more water from this earth. The earth is a spring. It just provides.
Yeah, it keeps providing as long as we're caring for it. Because I've heard
exactly.
wells have dried up at some point.
Oh yeah, I guess that is true, huh?
Because I think, it's like we like to think that things like will just keep going, and in some ways they do, and in some ways like they can stop. Which is this other theme that totally is a thread into like what I want to be covering in this conversation today, is how like nature connection, technology, the endless well, like all these things. Yes, and other side of the coin.
Ooh.
Wells can dry up. We can cut down too many trees.
Oh, of course.
We can overuse our cell phones. And then like just how our behaviors and ways of being have a natural consequence that can be negative. And then again, this thread feeding into this whole idea of like awareness and this rewilding thing and this nature connection theme and these other themes that I'm wanting to talk about in relation to work that I'm starting to speak more about and bring more awareness to. That, again, brings more awareness to all the stuff that we've already started covering.
Isn't this brilliant? This is half of our show is concluded.
Half of our show is
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
It's been 27 minutes.
Yep.
For our listeners, it is 9:27 right now.
Amazing.
They're driving around on a Friday night in the early or in late summer. And they're driving around on Hanlon Highway, probably tuned in to CFRU 93.3 FM, which is the radio channel that you're tuned into, by the way.
Beautiful.
I just pointed. That's where the audience, if you want to imagine the audience, they're over there.
Awesome.
And usually there's a chair over there, actually. They don't have a chair today. They're standing.
Awesome.
Longtime listeners know what I'm talking about. And why do I bring this up? I've lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
They're wondering now, like, what's the work that you do that you're talking about here? Well, like, here we are, maybe at the part where you talk about your exciting new adventure.
Yeah. So, with all these themes, we've kind of like laid some foundation down now to help people kind of wrap their heads around a bit more. So,
I'd say.
coming into like my, growing up and into my 20s, I really started kind of working on some parts of myself more. Specifically, after I had my first child, I had this like this knowing that I needed to like work on like some deeper levels of my body, that like I needed there's like some like darker parts of self that needed some light shown on them. And I just kind of kept digging. And I didn't really know what exactly I was looking for, but it was around like the body and like our relationship to our body awareness. Again, there's that piece of awareness, and it's all going in hand with nature connection as well. And I started getting more into this whole realm of working with my cycle. And as most people know, like our bodies, female bodies have a cycle, and we kind of only know of it as the menstrual or menstruation, the menstrual cycle. But there's a lot more to it. And the more I kept digging, I just started learning more and more and more, and finding the right kind of teachers that I was looking for. That in the end, and the short story of it is that doing that work is really what got me more connected to myself. Talking about this theme of like nature connection, ourselves as nature. It's like this inner nature. And I worked with that for about 10 years, and just like understanding my body in a way that I didn't get taught growing up. It wasn't taught in elementary school nor high school. Hopefully one day it would be. I don't know if that's something that I'd end up doing, but to say the least, that is now something that I've worked with to the point where I'm like, okay, this has served me so much. It's brought me so much. And it's really like, as I was saying it to a friend the other day, it's really like an orienting factor for coming back to self. You know, amidst all the technologies, the busyness of the world, being stressed out, yes, going outside, but also like coming back into right relationship with our own bodies. And for males, it's a little bit different. It's fun sometimes, me and some of the guys at the outdoor school, we talk about this, because it's like, okay, well, like female bodies, they've got that. Okay, what about guys? Well, some people who, you know about this thing called sweat lodge. Well, that's why there's sweat lodge. That's so men can go and they can connect with themselves more in an inward way. That's not what this is all about. But essentially,
it's helped me. I'll tell you that.
Hey, there you go. Thanks for saying that. So you kind of get what I'm speaking
sweat
to.
Can really help end a cycle and start a new one.
Right.
And there are a few different things, like a good paddle can do that. You know, there are a variety of ways I think men go about. And it's like, or even just paying attention. I feel like I get a lot of, or some taste of cycle ending and like a little bliss and a moon coming full round. So I don't know.
Beautiful.
That's my perspective on it.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to just be.
And also a year. I'm very year oriented, particularly spring equinox. I think is like my new year.
Okay, beautiful.
Beautiful. And I put a lot of my personal, like this is the end of that story and the start of this story. That's a little more. I don't know what I'm even saying here.
I think I'm picking up.
I just feel it. I always feel it when spring starts. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And that's over a longer period of time.
Yeah, that's like a larger scale cycle. Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, so what I'm speaking to,
what are you speaking
working with our own cycles as a means to orient to ourselves. And this is more specific to like, bodies that have a uterus. That is a factor to it. Yet I've heard like this is like more like next level stuff, which is kind of things that I like playing with. I've heard it that like males can even connect with like an energetic womb kind of thing. And again, that's a little bit more next level, but that stuff's very fun for me to be playing with and thinking about. But yeah, so it being like an orienting factor. And I've even heard it be said that within the last, I don't know, like several years that the Western medical realm has even deemed menstruation as a sixth vital sign, which is huge. And so this is this bigger thing that, again, I started working with about 10 years ago. And because I've worked with it for so long now, and I've gotten so much out of it, it really feels like this thing that like it's like a gift that I can give now. Something that I can be sharing with others. And so that's kind of, or one of the baseline kind of heart parts of the work that I'm beginning to share now with the world beyond just doing it myself, because I've been doing it for so long. So a few years ago, I got really clear during COVID that I needed to create my own stream of income, my own type of work that worked for me, instead of just waiting around for, a different job to give me what I needed in terms of, like how much I work, when I work, how much I get paid, all that kind of thing. And I wanted that control for myself. And at the same time, I wanted it to be like deeply meaningful and like fulfilling in like a heart kind of way, not just like a flippant, whatever, I'll just go get a job as a waitress. Like, no, I'm never going to do that. So
no, I can't imagine that on you.
No, waitressing never.
I think that's
worked.
why you're so like magnetic and attractive to people, because Maddy, people talk about you so highly. People
do they?
who know you. I was talking to a past guest of this show, who volunteered at outdoor school like many years ago, and I said your name, and they were like Maddy from outdoor school. Oh, I love her. Like, I remember her so well. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's amazing. Oh my gosh.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, like you had this impact on just some random, 16-year-old who's like a young adult now, years later, and still thinks about the things you've said.
That's huge. Thank you for saying that to me.
I mean, it's true. I say it only, because it's true. I aim to seek truth. That's
a theme that I'm really wanting to lead in this life, and with where I'm at this point in time. With everything, it's just like living from a truer place, which again goes back in hand with like everything that we're talking about. No, I can't. I'm never.
No. You're doing now.
Yeah, exactly. So again, years ago, I was like, hey, I need to do something that's like of my own thing. I came up with this name for it, again, because of these things that have supported me in my life and given me so much in terms of like outdoors and nature, Wind and Rain. That was the name that I decided to use as like, okay, if I'm going to develop my own thing, the word business doesn't really feel the best for me. I'm playing with that these days. Again, this theme of truth. Yeah. Business just sounds kind of dead to me. It doesn't make me be like, I got a business. I'm like, that just sounds like
call it your
grindy.
I don't know.
Creature.
It's my creature, because it is like a live thing you're tending.
I would tell people about it with a bird metaphor. Often I talk about it as a bird metaphor, and that feels a little bit more of my kind of thing. But
Wind and Rain's like the wings that you're flying with these days.
Or it's like a little egg that hatched at one point. It's got some wings. It's flapping a bit. It's not fully soaring yet though, because again, it's something that I pour into when I have the time and energy for it.
You're like how the mommy bird spits the like worm into the baby bird's mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go get more worms.
Yeah, you gotta go get more worms in your mouth. You gotta chew them up. You gotta spit them into Wind and Rain's little baby mouth.
Yeah, I gotta feed the baby bird as much as I can.
I mean, I think that is the truth. That is essentially the truth. You go into the world and get experience and bring it back, right?
Yeah, and then the truth too. Like, I'm here with Wizard doing radio show because I was like, heck, Wizard's been bugging me to jump on his passion show in a very wonderful, lovely way, and I've been interested yet.
Maybe just like gently indicating towards. That's what Wizard's been doing. No. If I've been bugging you, I've been bugging you.
It's been great. It's been great because I've been wanting to come on, but I was like...
Maybe.
Reminding. Okay, I use the word bug very positively. It's like people who are close to me, I'm like, oh, let's go bug them.
Okay,
we're gonna go bug Wizard.
I've been like insecting you.
Oh, no.
Like not bug.
No,
like
positive. Like
no, exactly. But I'm saying that positively because an insect's a creature. You know?
Yes. There you go.
Like bugging you. Bugging sounds all. It's like insect.
It's a positive insect bug.
Exactly. Positive insect bugging you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so, you know what? I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that.
So yeah, finally getting me on here, and I was like, well, truth be told, I can get on your show and I can talk about something that's truthfully meaningful to me. So yeah, Wind and Rain is the name of this thing I've been creating, and it's been growing for a number of years now, and I'm at the point where I'm able to offer workshops. I have a website. That's the best online platform that I have currently.
windandrain.ca.
windandrain.ca. You can check it out. You
it's
can type
cool.
that onto your Google engine.
There are a little bit of wizard fingerprints on that.
There's some wizard fingerprints on that to support the website because Wizard's technologically savvy, and I appreciate that very, very much. So there's the website, but yeah, it's just me right now. It's my own.
But you are kind of we.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
I call myself we.
It's okay. It's the work of it. It's nature connection. It's bushcraft. It's what I'm calling cyclic arts, which is this working with one's cycle and reconnecting with your body, your intelligence of your body as like an orienting factor to come back to for just well-being. Again, Western medicine now sees menstruation as a sixth vital sign. That's massive. But it was always a core part of the body even before that. This is all reproductive health, which is huge for just well-being, period. Even like when you're young, into what midlife, into when you're older. So there's so many pieces that I could be bringing into this because it's really foundational.
I'm open.
So on the 31st of August, I'm holding one of our first workshops in Eden Mills. It's an introduction to cyclic arts. So it's a 5-hour.
August 31st.
August 31st. It's a Sunday.
You know what? I'll bump this episode. Someone's getting their spot on the line.
I would love that. That'd be on point.
Yeah, that would only make sense, right?
I appreciate that.
Okay. I think Finley's gonna get the bump. That's funny. Okay, I'll do it.
If it works, I'd love that. I'd appreciate that.
Why wouldn't it?
Well,
when I think about I don't need to air these episodes in the order that I record them.
Whatever works.
So the dear listeners are listening to this on. Let me just give you a check here.
You never know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna air on the 29th. Okay, on Friday the 29th. So in 2 days from now.
Great.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
So what were you saying? What is this function?
Yeah, so it's a workshop. It's an introduction to what I'm calling cyclic arts, which is learning about one's cycle. It's not just, just have your menstruation. There's 4 phases to it. There's a ways that our emotional landscape correlates to it.
4 phases.
4 phases, which I go in depth in the workshop itself. I could talk about that here too, but we could also do a more specific, more like in-depth episode sometime on that also.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be cool to come back, maybe jam on that.
Yeah. Every season of the show, I open it back up to old former guests. So in a couple of months, you can, I'd be happy if you came back.
I'd like that.
So there we go. And I have a lot of feelings about 4-phase cycles. I'm a big 4-phase head. That's why I mentioned that the year was so important to me.
And I've seen you draw moon phases before, you're one of the few people that I can go to, especially within a male that knows the moon phases.
Well, that's the moon. That's like the compass. That's the medicine wheel. That's the ancient story. That's the shape of the. Yeah. No.
There's so much.
I'm 4-phase pilled for sure.
It's good. It's so good. It's so huge. So yeah, there's a workshop on August 31st that is open for people to attend. You can register on the website. You can email connect@windandrain.ca. But you can also register right through the website. There's a workshop page. It's also accessible on the homepage of windandrain.ca. There's a button you can click on to learn more. Yeah, you can go find out more about that and access the workshop there. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be nice and low key on a nice property owned by a family who also have a small outdoor program that I work for. We're going to make a salt scrub, natural salt scrub.
Cool.
We're going to learn about the 4 phases. We're also going to learn about a plant that supports reproductive health, really good for women. That me and my sister, my mother collected when we were in Quebec because there's a lot of that plant growing up there.
There you go.
So we're going to make tea over the fire with this plant. And
sounds
have
amazing.
a nice time. There might even be some cake involved because I'm a kind of person who I like tea and cake are even better together.
They're best friends.
So yeah, if you come, there's cake involved. I'm doing it $30 to $50 sliding scale, but if that's inaccessible for people, you can talk to me. I'm going forward. I'm interested in offering trades, getting beyond just the financial culture of things. If you get me a dozen good farm duck eggs or something, maybe I'll take that instead.
That's beautiful. I'm a big fan of a work trade or just any kind of trade for in place of just strictly financial, currency exchange.
Yeah.
There's a place for both in this world.
Yeah. And I want that to be more of an accessible piece for people.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's that one on the 31st. And
I've heard a real groundswell of support around this. I've heard at least a half dozen people express interest in this workshop. Yes.
Oh, good.
So hopefully those are the kinds of people who will be further prompted when we advertise this radio show.
Yeah.
And they'll see, oh wow, there it says, oh, it's this Sunday. Oh, it's just a simple a button's press away. Oh wow, this such a well laid out website, they'll say. You're telling me I just have to click this button for more info? And it's such an appealing looking button, they'll say.
Well, I hope it's nice and straightforward for people to access.
I believe so. We'll give it another look before then.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Man, I'm really excited for you, Maddy.
Thank you. Yeah, and then I'm I'm anticipating on doing a few more workshops coming into the fall season as well. A friend of mine, she's a clinical herbalist, and I asked her if she'd be down to come talk about plants and share some of her knowledge with people at the workshop, and she said yes. So I'm looking forward to crafting something up with her.
That's so exciting.
And yeah, it's really just like this, again, this whole nature connection, inner nature, outer nature, coming back to your own body, health and wellness, self-care, all these pieces kind of all under one umbrella, that frankly I think is really you could call it a survival skill. I've been playing with using the phrase thrival skill these days.
Nice.
Because survival's fun. I'm a total sucker for survival skills, bushcraft. That's some of my favorite things, but I want to do more than survive in this lifetime. I'm aiming for, thrival is, I think, what everybody wants.
Mindset. That's the hot button these days. Abundance.
Yeah. So working with your cycle to me is like a thrival skill, because it's honestly like an inner framework to come back to all the time. I'm sure eventually in your life, we lose having our actual cycle. That's a whole other topic in and of itself. Yet, if we start taking care of our bodies when we're younger, our health's better as we age. And if we maintain that. And if I had known this stuff, if I had been taught this when I was younger, well, that would have been huge. Then I could have grown up with it. But I only came to this in my 20s. So it's huge for me to share it.
Nature connection. It's been an adult times journey for me. And I'm still even happy. 20s, it's sort of like being a kid. It's the kid age of adulthood.
Yeah.
We're lucky. So. We're blessed a little bit, but you have this opportunity to teach this information into even younger minds. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm imagining doing a workshop that's more specifically geared for say mothers and daughters, or one specifically for couples, to help people couples kind of understand how these things work, because really it's more of not just a personal journey. It's like a lifestyle. I say journey because it's really like a lifestyle. It's not a magic pill. I'm not selling magic pills. I never will. It's more of a lifestyle.
What?
No,
Maddy, you're not selling magic pills.
It's a magic lifestyle.
No. You don't even know every answer to every question, nor do you have magic pills.
No, sorry, no magic pills.
Maddy, this episode's going straight in the doo-doo garbage pile. No, I'm only playing.
Who wants magic pills, man?
I don't want a magic pill.
No, it's more of a lifestyle thing.
I want a magic directionality. I want a magic poem.
Yeah.
That's going to point me the way.
So it's
and I feel if there's something magic you're offering, that's what it is.
Yeah. Because it's not just yes, there's a lot of self is needed to work with this. And then after that, then communities weaved in, your partner, your children, people who you're around, you can weave them in, because that's just life. I think people often live so separated, yet we long for connection. We long for proper community support or village support. And this topic, there's so much that's weaved into that too. That's why, again, lifestyle. It's not just personal hidden stuff. It's if we drew a picture, it'd be linking back to this every time.
Okay, guess where we just got then, Maddy? That's the forest.
Oh, we're back to that tree
back to that.
metaphor.
I love when we
Yeah.
come back around. Yeah, nature connection and community connection and self connection, and the fact that that's all nature connection. That maybe means the roots are all connected. Maybe this is an aspen forest. You know how all those roots.
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
This forest is all connected. All these trees share a root system. The mycelium that connects the roots. You know what it is? It's love.
It's love. It's love. And it's like, I've heard it said before that like our bodies love us so much that like we have these parts of ourselves that we can work with. We just have to listen. We just have to come back into our bodies and we have to listen and reconnect with it. Just like reconnecting with nature, connecting with plants, animals, whatever it is, your own body's inner mechanisms and like built-in technologies, not electronics, but like built-in technologies that have been there.
Yeah,
like,
technology is a much different thing than any electronic.
Because what I'm talking
we are
about,
full of technologies, like beautiful mechanisms, even machines.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't like a new thing. What I'm now teaching, wanting to teach people and offering out. It's not a brand new thing. It's been existing since humans began, and this used to be knowledge that would have been passed down in families, in communities. It's been severed like a lot of other knowledge would have been at some point in the past, and it's just something that like I dug into back when I was younger, and I'm going to continually dig at it, and I want to pass it on to people because I'm going to grow old one day. And it needs to, it feels important because it's again just parts of ourselves that are really important and have a lot of power, like healthy power. So it feels important for me to be sharing in this lifetime that like our bodies, we can come back to our bodies. We don't need to jump on a screen when we get home and we're feeling run down. We can go inward and go deeper, and that also can bring us more and deeper connection with nature, with the earth, and like greater collective healing for our planet, because when we're taking care of our bodies properly, we're actually also taking care of the planet. And that could be a whole tangent in and of itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, it's all connected. Because I love that, we're taking care of ourselves. If we're considering ourselves to be nature, and nature connection is connecting with ourselves, then when we connect with ourselves, we're also connecting with the planet. Right? And how better can you take care of something than by connecting with it? Yeah. That's how your soul, you can take care of your body, and your body can take care of you. It's love, it's connection. Yeah. And if you can inspire that in people, then I think you'll do an amazing job. And I think that's exactly what you do, Maddy. I think you've already been doing that. And now you're just, making a nest for this bird.
Yeah, the bird metaphor.
Exactly. You're making a nest for the bird. The nest is called Wind and Rain. The bird is your spirit of connection.
Cool.
We've built some kind of bizarre metaphor here. Yeah. But it's a beautiful one. And we have another like 3 whole minutes to talk before we got to do our gratitude and wrap it up. So what are your culminating remarks on this, Maddy? This has been such a great conversation. Isn't it amazing how the first 5 minutes of the Passion Show feel like it takes 20 minutes, and then the next 50 minutes feels like it takes 2?
Yeah, it goes by quicker. It's true.
It's weird.
What are my culminations from this?
Let's put a nice little bow on this beautiful gift of a radio hour.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of a tough prompt, isn't it?
No, I can speak to it. Yeah, I feel like this is fun. Putting my creative works into an outlet here at your Passion Show, because I'm wanting to extend it to other people. And I know I listened to CFRU for so long when we had a sweet radio set up at our old house years ago.
I love that you're connected with this.
Oh yeah, CFRU is amazing. I love CFRU. So this feels really great that I get to put this onto CFRU. And I'd like to come back again, and I can talk about one more specific vein sometime in the future.
The door is always open. Season 5, it's going to start before you know it. Great. Like I said, that can be a winter time. That can be a Dark Nights of the Soul recording session.
Yeah, I'd love that. So yeah, if anybody's interested in anything of the realm of nature connection, bushcraft, tracking your cycle yourself, you can get rid of your phone app.
Yeah,
chuck
don't need that
away. You can do it yourself. Feel free to bug me in a very positive way.
I got an insect bug.
My website, windandrain.ca, or you can email me connect@windandrain.ca.
That's great.
My name's Madeline. Yeah, come bug me.
Madeline. You go for connect. There's real art in picking an email when you have your own URL.
Yeah.
You went for connect. Connect is a great word.
Yeah.
Connection. You know what I went for?
What?
I always do hello.
Hello.
I like hello. If you send an email to hello at thepassionshow.ca, that's how you can reach me, dear listeners.
Beautiful.
Or you can message wizard
Oh, yes.
at thepassionshow.ca. Both will work.
Oh, you've got two.
This is my launch of this new URL that I recently got. I used to host the Passion Show on my personal portfolio. Don't do that anymore. The Passion Show is now hosted at thepassionshow.ca, and it's available everywhere. You can listen to podcasts on the internet, although this is not a podcast.
Yes.
It is a radio show, and if you want to hear it first, then you'll have to tune into CFRU 93.3 FM on Friday at 9 p.m. sharp. Every Friday, every 9 p.m. Usually it's a new episode. Sometimes it's a rerun, but hey, maybe it'll be new to you. Anyway, that's my little self-promo. Windandrain.ca, though.
Yeah.
Beautiful website. Beautiful nest of a beautiful bird.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the little final stretch here now, Maddie. We've done it. Thank you a million times for being here. I'm really happy to share that conversation with you. And now we just got to do our little tradition, right?
Yep.
We're going to share gratitude.
Let's
so
do
we
it.
do at the end of every episode of The Passion Show. I will say what I'm grateful for first, and then you can say what you're grateful for and end the show.
Beautiful.
Does that sound good?
That sounds amazing.
I am grateful for the wind and the rain. I'm grateful for clouds in the sky. I'm grateful for just like insight. I'm grateful for looking inwards. That's how I've achieved anything I've achieved, is by turning around and looking inside. I'm grateful for the human capacity to reflect and to look into like a mirror and not just see another a weird looking thing, but just like, seeing yourself instead. It's beautiful. That's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for you, Wizard, and this opportunity that you decided to have a radio show and that you were asking me to come on to it, and all the support you've given me with building the website for Winds and Rain so far. So yeah, just a lot of gratitude for getting to hang out with you for this spot of time today. This feels great that our friendship has grown beyond outdoor school, and who knows where it'll go from here.
Truly. The sky's the limit. Now, there we go. That's the show. I've been Wizard.
And I've been Madeline.
And please, please just remember that only love will stop the killing.
Only love will stop the killing.
Seul l'amour arrêtera le meurtre.
Only love.
Тільки кохання зупинить вбивство.